Hey, welcome to Modern Homeschool, the podcast where families thrive together. I'm your host, Shanti Macias, and here we talk about real-life homeschooling for modern families and creating a life around your family first. Let's do this. If you've been listening all summer, this is the week you've been preparing for. Your curriculum is on your counter, your kid knows something is about to change, and you, my friend, are somewhere between really excited and maybe even terrified. That's okay. That's exactly where I was our first week of homeschool too. So today I'm going to walk you through what our real first week actually looked like, everything I wish I had in my hands, and the thing I've been building for the last couple months to finally make it easier for us all. The Modern Homeschool Toolkit launches tomorrow, but before we talk about that, we're going to talk about the very messy first week that led me to build it. So let's go. Okay, let me paint a picture for you. Monday morning of our first ever homeschool week, my daughter had been in public school for a couple years. I pulled her out, third grade. It's a huge grade, right? It's testing and all the anxieties of like friendships and navigating the complex relationships that our kids have and all the crazy things, right? I thought it might be a good time to try homeschooling because I had only done it in her preschool years. But I figured, you know what? Why not? Nothing is set in stone. Let's do it for a year, see how it goes. And then, if we want to continue it, then we'll do it. And if not, then we'll just put her back in school. Everything will be fine. So with that said, I was already a hot mess in my emotions, worried that I was going to not do right by her and I was going to mess this whole thing up. But it's Monday morning of our first ever homeschool week. I had our curriculum stack. I had 2 planners. I had like 3 or 4 Pinterest boards with mixed ideas and things here and there. I did not have a plan. Not really. I had my schedule. I had the choice menu, the chore chart. They were just like a bunch of different things in different places and they were kind of scattered. But I thought, well, I was a teacher for a long time, so I got this, right? My confidence might have been a little over peaking, to be honest with you, but you know what? We live and we learn. That Monday, we started at around 9. By 10, Aria had a meltdown over a workbook page from this random workbook that I had gotten for her over the summer in the teacher store, and I hadn't previewed it. I wrote down, we're going to do this page and this page and this page, like the total teacher boss babe that I thought I was. And by 10:30, I was crying. By 11 a.m., we were watching a documentary about the ocean, which quickly flipped into dinosaurs because I had completely lost the plot. I mean, I lost the day. It is what it is. Tuesday, I tried harder. I overcorrected. I made an hour-by-hour schedule with way too much on it. I left no margin, no white space, no time to think or breathe. So we hit lunch, and then we were 45 minutes behind our actual schedule. And listen, if you know me, you know that I'm not a huge schedule girly. I live more on routines. I've always thought that routines help us thrive more than actual hour-by-hour daily schedules. But I was like, whatever, I have nothing to lose. We might as well just try it. Well, I felt like a complete failure by 1 p.m. on Tuesday. Wednesday, I threw everything out and we went to Disney. That's the reality. And that's pretty much a first real week. To be completely honest, we did nothing Thursday and Friday, and definitely not on the weekend because I felt so incredibly overwhelmed. This is not the highlight reel. This is the real unedited one. I mean, and here's the thing, right? That week is completely normal. If you stop for a minute and really think about it, most homeschool families have some sort of version of that exact first week. What we didn't have at the time was anyone telling me that this was normal. And I also didn't have any system to actually recover from. Like, I had nothing. None of the people that I knew were homeschooling. I had just pivoted in my Instagram to looking up homeschool things and connecting with homeschool families. But at the time, I honestly didn't know anyone that was doing this. And so it was really scary. But like I said, my confidence overpeaked. And I was humbled real quick. Now, looking back last year, here's what I actually needed. I really could have used a realistic week template somewhere, somehow, not a really cute color coded aesthetic schedule. I mean, a real flexible week where I could adjust the day as it unfolds. That sounds kind of hard to believe or to visualize, but trust me, you'll get exactly what I mean in just a few minutes. I also could have used some sort of morning routine that anchored the day, so Ari and I both knew what to expect first, even when everything else went sideways. That would have been really helpful. Another thing I could have used was independent work that I can just hand to her when I needed, I don't know, 10 or 15 minutes on my own. And I don't mean putting her on a screen. I mean real ready to go activities because come on, third grade, she can definitely do some independent work. She does not need me sitting there in front of her, lecturing her every single minute or approving the work that she's doing. I could have also used a place to track what we actually did so that on hard days I can look back and see what we did and that she still learned things, even though I may have told myself a different story in my head. I could have used some language to explain to my mom, my friends, and my family what we were doing when they asked, because Lord knows they asked constantly, and they still ask, hey, so what are you doing? How's it going? Oh, is she learning? What's she learning about? What are you guys doing? And I don't blame them. I understand that the questions are going to come. But then I get put into survival mode because then I feel the need to over-explain things when, honestly, we don't know an explanation to anyone. And I also could have really just used a grown-up on the other side of the screen just telling me that I wasn't ruining my child. Community, a voice, right? Someone to text at like 9:30 p.m. None of that existed in one place. So I stitched it together from, I don't know, 6 or 8 different apps, like 2 planners, 4 Pinterest boards, a bunch of different Instagram accounts, and a Google Doc that I kept misplacing because I didn't know what folder I put it in. That's how most homeschool moms are still doing it. And girl, it is exhausting. So I spent the last year building something, and I've mentioned it a few times on the podcast, but tomorrow it's officially live. This is the Modern Homeschool Toolkit, and I am so incredibly proud of it. The toolkit is everything I wish I had in one place. It's got realistic weekly templates, cleaning schedules, chore charts, choice menus, morning routine frameworks, all kinds of templates, curriculum organization, trackers for you and your kids. I mean, it's got literally everything that we talk about, and it's got everything that we could have possibly needed for that first year. Now, it's not a curriculum, it's a system underneath your curriculum so that your curriculum supports what you're planning. That's the part that everyone else forgets to build. And so launch pricing is $37 only through Tuesday, August 11th. After that, it's going to go up to $47, and it's going to stay that way forever and a day. If you've been listening to me all summer, this is exactly what I've been building for you. Tomorrow morning, it's yours. So if your first week is happening this week or next or in the next couple weeks, here are 3 things that I'd tell you. Number 1, lower your expectations by 50%. I know that sounds wild, but whatever you're planning to accomplish, cut it in half. You and your child are transitioning. It is a process. It takes time. It's always better to be pleasantly surprised than to be utterly upset or disappointed or overwhelmed. Number 2, anchor with one non-negotiable thing. So for us, it's a morning basket. We love a morning basket. That's it. Everything else can shift. But if we start the day the same way every day, that single thing in the morning is going to anchor us for the whole week together. And number 3, write down what actually happened, not what you had planned. There's many reasons for this one specific tip, but at the end of each day, write down 3 things you did. Just 3. That's it. Read the list on Friday and you will be shocked at how much learning happened even on the days that felt like complete disasters. Well, it is true that your first week might be messy, and that's normal, and that's okay. The gap most new homeschool moms feel isn't a curriculum gap at all. It's a system gap. So I built the toolkit because I spent all this time duct taping mine together, and all it did was drive me nuts, if I'm completely honest. And I don't want that for you. Tomorrow, the toolkit is live at $37 launch pricing. Get it at shantimacias.com/toolkit. And of course, I'm going to link it in the show notes. That's a wrap on the first week story I don't tell often. But if this helped you feel less alone about the messy version, share it with a mom who's about to start on her own first week. Next week, episode 18, I'm walking you through our morning basket. 15 ideas you can steal for a better homeschool day. Oh, plus the exact anchor routine that holds our whole week together. Make sure you're following. Come and find me on Instagram or on TikTok at shanti.macias and tell me when your first week starts. I would love to know and cheer you on because, girl, you got this. See you tomorrow at the Toolkit launch. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I truly love creating this space to support you on your homeschool journey. If you enjoyed this episode, I'd love to connect with you. Come say hi on Instagram or TikTok, and if you know another parent who's considering homeschool or needs encouragement, share this episode with them so we can support more modern homeschool families together. Remember, homeschool doesn't have to look like school at home. It just has to work for your family. See you in the next episode.